The people here, the culture here is huge. It's everything.
You're at home. You know, we have conversations, we get to know each other, we talk about just everyday life. And I know that happens at a lot of different places, but here it's almost like it's natural.
And I remember calling my parents afterwards, and I was like, you know, I think I could work there. I think it would be a good place. It was just very relaxed. You know, I felt at home, so that's kind of what drew me in. And I've stayed here for the people. I mean, we work with a fantastic group.
Culture is hard to define, but I think really it's the environment that's created, that people feel very comfortable working here.
There's a friendliness here, a warmth here, that makes it comfortable to come to work.
Not many people can say, like, in a company that has 200 plus people, that the CEO knows them and their spouse and their kids.
I really enjoy working here. I would not leave here to go to another bank. That's how much I enjoy being here.
I walked in the first day and immediately felt something. And I couldn't really tell you what it was, other than it was joy like I had never felt before walking into a workplace.
And I was at Greenville that first day for my first training. Art, you know, I'd never met him. He walked in the room and the very first thing he said was, "So why us?" and I was like, okay. And I said, and the first thing that popped out was, because of your culture and your values. I said, because from what I've heard and what I've read, that's how I live my life. And I live it every day, and that I would love to work in an environment that did that. So,
you know, coming to an organization where the leadership is engaged, they know what they're doing, they know where they want to go, and there's kind of a common vision it's mind-boggling. I mean, it was almost like too good to be true, to be honest with you.
You never know what a person is going through until you put yourself in their position. I love helping people. Even if it's just taking them food or a phone call or a prayer, help goes a long way, and it's the little things that count. If you want truth, let a child speak. I think when the children come in and they are excited just to come inside Southern First Bank, it says a lot, even though they come to get snacks. But, you know, it's the little things.
I think we're really, really fortunate that we've got a group of ladies and gentlemen that have a admiration and respect for each other, and this translates into a caring, service-oriented culture.
Okay, so the key word there when you start talking about culture is trust. And it's very difficult to build a positive culture without trust. And trust is nothing more than I trust and respect the people that I work with. I trust our leadership to understand the big picture and make the right decisions as needed. I trust our organization to help me grow and be successful.
I honestly, I've been doing this a long time. I can honestly say I've never worked with a greater group of folks at any bank, anywhere.
You actually have to be here to understand it and experience it. When I describe Southern First to my friends, to my family, they kind of look at me funny like, no, you can't work in a place like that. They don't exist.
Across the executive management team, you can kind of tell that everyone is transparent. They lead by example, and that's something that people can get behind.
You know, at first when Scott tried to talk to us about it, I was like, you know, it sounds good, but it's almost too good to be true. And then spoke to Michael Edens about it, and Michael Edens, you know, reiterated what Scott had said and said, you know, you don't understand until you come over how good it is. And so one of the first times I came to the bank at Knox Abbott, you know, I walked into the office downstairs, and just the warm reception of everyone down there who didn't know me was just great. So the culture is contagious. Everybody is very warm, is open, wants to help clients, and it's until you get here, you really don't understand how good the atmosphere is here.
You know, when we were trying to explain it to her, we almost felt silly talking to her about it, because you're right, it is contagious. It is, it's so family, because it's almost foreign to people that you could actually work in a place like this. So it's so hard to describe, but it is very team oriented, very family oriented.
But I can tell you that it is the height of frustration in dealing with banks to have to reintroduce yourself again and again and again to the company that you want to do business with. It is very comforting to know that you're dealing with individuals that do know you, that understand the history, understand where you're coming from, and give you a little bit of the benefit of the doubt once they get to know you. And the client first model supports that, reinforces that.
It is definitely different culture. It's I've never experienced this kind of culture at another bank either, but it's everybody here has a focus to when we have a new client, we want them to walk out of the bank and say, you know what, I really like Chavez, or I really like Melissa, or I really like Lisa. They're really great bankers, and I enjoy working with them. I love to hear compliments like that.
If I were to be talking to someone else who was considering banking at Southern First, I think one of the things that I hope I could make an impression upon them, that as a board member, you probably get treated really well. But my feeling is that everybody gets treated like a board member. You know, so I don't feel like it's special for me. It feels special, but I think that special feel is created with anybody that wants to bank with a company or that is banking with the company. And I think that's, I don't think they distinguish between this person is a board member or this person is important and this person we've never met before. I don't think the people here act any different regardless of who the potential client is.
We want to make you have that experience where you feel so special that you're the only one we're dealing with, you know, whether you have $100 in your account or you have $1 million. We're going to treat you the same way, and we are going to do, you know, what we can for you. We're going to meet you with a smile, a hug. If you need prayer, you know, if you've got something that's bothering you, I mean, there's clients, you know, that come in, like she was saying, that just need a hug, and you get to know your clients, and you get to know like who they are and what their needs are, and just talking to them sometimes they'll tell you like their whole life story sometimes, and you can build that relationship.
We're very passionate about helping people, helping them through their milestones, helping them, you know, get to the next level in their business. But I think that we all just have a heart to serve, and I think that's what really sets us apart.
It's exciting to be part of something that's constantly evolving.
We aren't scared to learn new things. We're not scared to take on new challenges. We win.
There's a uniqueness about our culture that you really don't experience until you're here.
I'm passionate about helping people. I try not to look on the outside. I love looking at the heart, because the heart tells so much.
If they want people that can truly show hospitality, this is the place.
And we're not just an ordinary bank. We're really here to help others, whether it be, you know, buying their first home, helping with a mortgage, maybe helping them with a loan to start a business. Always just trying to build up that person and really be a partner with them. That intrigued me, and the fact that Art always says to remain humble and serve others, you just don't see that anywhere else.
You know, you want people of integrity, and you want people that are willing to come in here and be humble. You want learners, and ultimately, at the end of the day, you want leaders. Now, that may sound strange in a company with 200 associates. How do you have 200 leaders? But that would be an ideal dream environment. The world does not have enough leaders, and we can all be leaders. Lead in the area where you're responsible, where your responsibilities are, or as my wife likes to put it, bloom where you're planted.
The understanding that relationships create our opportunities.
It goes with building the relationship that hopefully lasts forever.
Once you walk in that door, you feel welcomed right then. And it even makes you want to take it outside of the workplace into your personal life.
The big differentiator is the people you work with and what you do.
That team environment is what really makes Southern First culture so, sets us apart than other organizations.
When you have a flexible culture, a fun culture, the changes are fun. They're not just, well, here's another change we got to adapt to. It makes the work environment more fun and exciting.
It was very clear to me that this was a great place to be, in a place where they're going to invest in you and where you're going to be able to really get a full picture of what it's like to work for this company.
You know, I think culture, certainly it's within, but it also is, from the outside, has a great presence. I think that that's what helps us to recruit associates that want to be part of that and excited about delivering that servanthood.
With the mortgage group, I come into work, pretty much 7:30 every morning, don't leave till 6 or 7 at night, and half the mortgage staff's already here. So they're hardworking, they have fun. I like watching them walk around the office with their new Fitbits.
When someone asks you a question about how did this bank originate, how did it grow, how did it prosper, how did it become a place where people want to come here, customers want to come here, analysts say great things about us, our stock has been great, we attract big time successful bankers from other states now. How did all that happen? And I think it happens one day at a time, Give us this day our daily bread. You do things right, you treat people right, you love people, you do unto others. Everybody has to go to work somewhere, and the mixture of being a place with total integrity, with leadership that you can count on, where you enjoy yourself. So it's not all about just, hey, we're having cake on Friday. It's about taking someone who has unique perspective, unique gifts, and letting them go and build their thing. Look what's going on in Charleston. God, Lynn and all them, God, dog, Columbia, Atlanta, Raleigh, God, it's nuts. It's wonderful. And that's putting the right people and giving them the tools, kind of getting out of their way. You get the right player, they're going to make plays. Players play.
I didn't know if I wanted to take that leap of faith because I've been at the last place 12 years. So it's hard to make that move when you've got kids and a wife counting on you. And so at first I turned it down, to be honest with you. And the chief information officer called me up and talked to me for another 45 minutes after I'd turned down the job and told me about how Southern First is really so different and the culture is different and how the people care about each other, and it's just not like anywhere else I'd worked. And I was like, how does this guy know? He knows the last place I worked, but he doesn't know all the places I've worked. He doesn't know. But he said it was unlike anywhere he'd ever worked. And I listened to his voice over the phone and actually put him on speakerphone. And my wife listened, and she's looking at me and she's saying, something's going on here, and she got kind of excited and because she knew how upset I was. 45 minutes, I just put it on speaker so that she could hear, and I didn't let him know she could hear because she's as big a big a part of the decision as I am. She doesn't have to walk in every day and clock in and reboot computers, but she gets to hear about it every night when I come home. And my happiness is hers and hers is mine. So Yeah, just hearing about how it was different here and the culture and the way you get your fingerprints on everything, and you can make a difference and feel appreciated.
I'm proud of what we represent, the professionalism, the integrity, the honesty of the company. When I look at, we all have our own individual stories, and I'm going to get back, this is going to get into the culture here. People have tragedy that happens in their lives, and within this company, when we've had tragedy that's happened in the lives of our teammates, we wrap our arms around them, and it's been real genuine, from when someone who had a fire, when we rebuilt everything that she needed for a household, to employees who've experienced deaths, to going through cancer. I mean, this company wraps their arms around the employees.
Cherish our family culture, enjoy the journey, celebrate victories, honor God with our efforts, compete with a passion for winning, Art's favorite. Is that it?